Coming up, first ever show, Matt Walker's application review, and Warp All in Good Times. Pew, 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 pew. Is that our intro? Sup, my ninjas? Welcome to the first ever Aussie Ninja Warrior YouTube show. This is a show where we will be discussing all the ninja news of the week, going through people's application videos, going through some training tips, and answering your questions. So let's get started with the first ever ninja news. Is that what we're going to do? Ninja news for this week. Obviously, the big one, Australian Ninja Warrior has been announced by Channel 9 for 2017. So obviously casting is happening right now. Applications and submissions are due by the 9th of September at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you've got to get those applications in. You really should be working on them pretty much now. The actual written part of the application takes about an hour and a half, and then you've got to submit a video as well. So there's a lot of work to do. So after applications close on the 9th, then from the 12th of September to the 7th of October, that's when they'll be starting trials. So that's where they'll be testing your strength and your agility and your overall ninja-ness. So at the moment, we don't have any locations or any other information on that, but the dates. So from the 12th of September to the 7th of October. Now, if you manage to get through the trials, then filming starts on the 28th of November and goes through to the 16th of December. Again, we don't have any information on the locations or how many cities are even going to be involved. Is it going to be 1? Is it going to be 5? Is it going to be 7? Is it going to be more? I know the American Ninja Warrior show, they tend to have 5 cities, which I think kind of keep changing. And per show, they have about 130 competitors run through, and then on the actual television show they show about 30. So there's a lot of opportunity here. A lot of people should get a chance to at least run the course, which is probably the thing that I'm most excited about. So yeah, exciting times ahead. In other ninja news, American Ninja Warrior is full steam ahead at the moment. So this week they had the Oklahoma City Finals, where I have to say my pick for this year, Daniel Gill, he ran amazingly. Like, the dude is a machine. He's been training with Sam San. He's actually been training for years, and I think he's 22 now. So basically, like, he's been training for a long time until he was actually old enough to get on the show. So American Ninja Warrior, you've got to be 21. And yeah, he is killing it, and he has time on his side. So if he doesn't make it to the top of Mount Midoriyama this year, I have to say, he must only be like a year or two away. Like, the kid is good. Another person I'm kind of excited about, but not for a while yet, is if like Daniel Gill is this good, Sam San's daughter, who I think is like 16 now, so she's still got like 5 years to go, but they showed footage of her training when she was 14, and she was already like good, like seriously good. So obviously 5 years to wait, but I think when she is allowed to enter, she is going to be amazing. Like, Sam San is a guy, he came from Cambodia, he was a refugee, he was a hairdresser, he got onto Ninja Warrior, and it was really like, he was instantly our favorite. And he then opened his Ninja Warrior gym, and it's kind of like, so he's in, I think, Houston in Texas, and his gym is like a mecca for Ninja Warriors. And obviously Daniel Gill has come out of that, he's a teacher there, and he is a gun. So yeah, lots happening in Ninja Warrior at the moment. All right, now it's time for application review. Woo! Oh, choo-choo-choo-choo, bam. Wow. All right, so in this week's application review, I want to look at Matt Walker. Now, I've seen a few different videos, and by far, I feel like he's the strongest at this point. Like, the dude is a bit of a gun. He does lots of like the rings, so he's kind of got a gymnastics kind of, I don't know if he's got a gymnastics background, but he's definitely been working on the rings for a couple of years. The dude has abs, he can do one-arm pull-ups, He looks like he's going to be good, and I'm really excited about him, and I hope he gets on the show, and if he does, I can't wait to see him run the course. In his application video, the first time I watched it, I was a little bit face palmy about his brother who comes in at the end, just like flexing, just showing off like all the possible muscles. And yeah, it wasn't my favorite, but the second time I watched that video, I have to say, like, the banter between the two of them is actually really good. And I think I think it was a really good idea to include him, because Ninja Warrior, like, at least American Ninja Warrior, loves the sideline people almost as much as the actual athletes. So where they have, like, you know, a mum who's like just like calling out, or like a wife that's, you know, going through some hard times, like they love that kind of thing. So I think the banter between these two brothers is really entertaining, and yeah, I really can't wait to see Matt Walker on the show. So I've linked his application video down below. Have a look at it. I think he's actually quite inspirational. Like, he's got his own YouTube channel and he does lots of bodyweight exercises, which I think is perfect for Ninja Warrior. You actually, I don't think anyway, you don't want to be too big and too muscly. Like, you actually want to be pretty light, you want to be able to carry yourself, you want to be able to hang for a while. And if you've got all the muscles, you can't hold yourself for that long. Where Matt Walker doesn't seem to have that. He has just the right amount of muscles for Ninja Warrior, so I'm excited to see him run. And that's it for app review for this week. Now it's time for training tips. Whoa. Dude, like, we can't use that. All right, so training tips for this week. I think probably the one to tackle first is the warped wall. Now, we don't know what obstacles Australian Ninja Warrior is going to have, but kind of the others have all had a warped wall, and it's kind of their signature obstacle. So, you know, I would put money on the fact that there was going to be a warped wall in Australian Ninja Warrior. So that means that is something that we can definitely train for. Now, there's lots of obstacles that you can just muscle through, right? But the warped wall actually requires a bit of technique. Like, I've tried it and I had someone teach me how to do it. And when you're looking at it, it is daunting. It's this massive structure. You don't really know what to do. Like, it seems easy on TV, like looking at it from the side, but when you're standing in front of it, it's a monster. So what the guy who taught me, what he said was to actually just run up it and then get to a point where you can't really run up any further, and then just turn around and go down. And like, you need to teach your body just what the escape plan is going to be. And I think once you have that escape plan, then actually tackling it is a lot easier. So the warp wall took me 4 times to get up to the top. Now, you know, obviously if I was in competition and a little bit tired, that would have been me out. So it's definitely something that you really want to try before Australian Ninja Warrior. So basically, what you got to do is at the very bottom, you got to sprint as hard as you can. Like, you have to go fast quickly, and you run up as high as you can. And there's a point where you would actually turn around to go back. That's the point where you're actually going to jump. Now, when you jump, you want to aim to get both hands to hit the top at the same time. So what a lot of people do is they kind of like grab it and then push, just to like, because they don't want to hit the wall. And that's not so good. So you've got to, like, because it's curved, you're not really going to hit it. So you want to get your both hands up the top. So if you only get one, that's all your body weight just on one hand, which is a lot. So you want to get both hands, and then as soon as you got both hands, what I found was really helpful was to get one elbow up. So you get an elbow to like leverage you up and get your center of gravity kind of above. So like, say there's a wall, like you're here, then once you sort of get up, then it's a lot easier. And I have to say, like, once I tried it a few times, I was getting to the top each and every time. So it's not that hard, but it is something that you initially have to practice. And it's one of those things that's like, it's kind of too hard to be attempting it for the very first time on the Ninja Warrior course. So try and find one. On our website, I've listed like a few different places that have a warp wall. So really, if you can, check them out. Maybe even if you have to go interstate, like it might actually be worth it. Like it's a hard obstacle. So that's our training tips for this week. Now it's time for hashtag Ask Aussie Ninja. Yay, 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 yay! Right, and welcome to Ask Aussie Ninja with a hashtag in front of it. So this is, obviously this is our first ever episode, so we have no questions to answer because no one knows that we exist. So hopefully by now you have watched this video, you've gone like, whoa, I have heaps of questions, or at least one, and in Twitter, you've hashtagged Ask Aussie Ninja, we've found it, and now, well, in future we will answer that question. So hit us up on Twitter, hit us up on Facebook. You can make comments in this YouTube thing under the YouTube bit. We've also got a website which you can contact us. So yeah, let us know what your questions are. We're happy to answer anything, almost anything. Nothing really, no sexy times. But yeah, in terms of obstacles or the Ninja Warrior competition or whatever, like throw it at us. Thank you very much for watching this very first episode of Aussie Ninja Warrior. Hope you like it. If you do like it, subscribe and do the thumbs up like thing. All right, see you guys. Bye.